I'm Sam.
And I'm Michael, and together we bought a sailboat to explore faraway destinations. In the previous episode, we set sail towards Ensenada and encountered foul weather along the way that really tested our skills as sailors. Eventually we made it to the port and docked next to all of the cruise ships, ready to get hauled out for some fresh bottom paint and minor boat jobs. Come on, sleepyhead.
I'm the sleepyhead. You were dead.
Yeah, I wasn't even sleeping, I was dead.
It's cold outside.
It is windy, that's for sure. Probably blowing 20 knots here, easy. We took a rather alternative approach to berthing our boat in Mexico. You can see we're not docked at the marina, but rather tied up to some working boats. These boats belong to the boatyard, so we do have permission to tie up here. Getting to land requires hopping several of these boats, and then finally making a jump to reach land. I want to state for the record that our experience with La Costa Boatworks has been very positive. Guillermo is very knowledgeable and approachable, and has the tenacity you want from somebody that is about to repair your boat. I also enjoyed having heart-to-heart conversations with some of the workers about life, dreams, and the pursuit of happiness. A shout out to Alan if you're watching this. Hey. The best point to get on land changes with the tide. Today it was best to cross near the giant tire. Tomorrow it might be better somewhere else. Because we crossed an international border with our boat, we needed to clear immigration and customs. Unfortunately, they were closed today, so we couldn't check in. But the sounds and smells were too enticing for us to stay put, so we decided it wouldn't hurt if we explored nearby. So explain the significance of this moment.
It looked like a delicious donut thing, and it's actually an English muffin that's been stuffed with Nutella.
And we got this because...
We need a donut because it's our anniversary, and we got donuts.
That's right. That is right. Thoughts?
Close enough. It's good.
It's good?
I think they fry the English muffin a little bit.
Oh, yum.
Try some.
Yeah, alright, let me try some of this. Oh yeah. You got chocolate all over your face, girl.
Oh.
And to complete our second anniversary,
Fish tacos.
fish tacos, authentic street fish tacos. Yum, 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 yum. Let me explain the donuts and fish tacos. These foods are symbolic of our first date. I took Samantha to Seaside Donuts in Newport Beach, and we walked the pier. We enjoyed each other so much that we drove to Bear Flag Fish Co. for burritos. Not the one in Newport, the one in Crystal Cove, with the beautiful view of the ocean and a sunset. 2 years later, it's our tradition to replicate that day, and look at us now. Mexican donuts and street tacos, while we watch a sunset on the pier with our sailboat in view. Kinda hard to believe. Day 2, and we're still not legal in Mexico. Today was a national holiday, so customs and immigration closed early. Guess we'll just have to keep exploring Ensenada and try again tomorrow. Day 2. Let's see if it comes off the pan.
That looks like pizza.
It does kind of look like pizza. It's an omelet.
There is a spatula.
We do?
Yeah. It's black.
Black, huh?
and we've been here for 3 days.
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. Are we moving right now?
No.
Okay. Where are we?
We're in Ensenada.
We're in Ensenada.
Also known as Española.
Yeah. Alright, so here we are. We are in the boatyard. We are actually hanging in the sling right now. We're maybe 8 feet in the air, just hanging out. We slept like this last night. Are you hungry for breakfast?
Yes.
Yes? Alright, let's get some brekkie.
I want lentil quesadillas.
Ooh, yum.
In case you were wondering, this is how they lift sailboats out of the water. It's pretty cool, huh? Our mast is so tall that the forestay was bumping into the crane. We almost didn't fit. We received some bad news after they power washed the bottom of our hull. We had severe delamination of the anti-fouling layer from the gel coat, which led to blisters.
Let me show you what's up with the hull.
All of the current anti-fouling paint would have to be removed and the exposed gel coat sanded back to remove these blisters. This meant that the original 4-day job just turned into a month-long affair.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you see right here?
No bueno.
That gray is the primer for the anti-fouling. Red is the anti-fouling. So the red is sticking to the gray is sticking to the white, and the white is the gel coat. And we've got little blisters. See them here?
Yeah.
So that's why she needs to stay here for 2 weeks.
So you're gonna take off everything and strip the primer? Yeah.
Because we both have day jobs, this meant that Ambrosia would have to stay in Mexico, and we'd have to come back and get her later.
So, are we legal? Are we legal?
What type of legal? In the country?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are legal.
And our boat's legal too.
Even though we've been here for 3 days already?
Yeah, because it was a holiday and then they only worked a half day. But finally, all the documents have been properly stamped and signed and paid for, and we are legal as humans in the country. The boat is legal as a vessel in Mexico. And now we're just gonna go get some fish tacos, because that's what you do when you're getting boat work done in Mexico.
Yeah.
We absolutely loved the street tacos in Ensenada. The cheapest tacos we found were 14 pesos, or 71 cents, for adobada tacos, which is marinated pork cooked shawarma style. And the most expensive we paid was 30 pesos, or $1.50, at a sit-down taco joint with tables. These ceviche tostadas were just 15 pesos, or 76 cents, and were absolutely delicious. It is accurate to say that Samantha and I lived off of fish tacos and beer for the entire time that we were in Mexico. Although we were having a great time being tourists, we really came to Mexico to get some boat work done. On passage, we encountered lots of rain and sea spray, and found leaks in the cabin. I tore out the old deck liner and found several holes in the deck that were not properly sealed. We also recaulked our leaking windows, replaced 3 halyards, installed a new topping lift, inventoried all of the stainless hardware, stained and varnished some teak, and most important of all, finally put Ambrosia on the stern. After 2 days of hard work, these sailors needed a break.
Laundry.
So we did our laundry in a bucket and got a good night's rest to explore bright and early the next morning. We still hadn't seen the beach since our arrival because the port is so massive. It's an hour walk just to see sand. And even then, you're still looking at the jetty and container ships passing by. Nonetheless, we were determined to see the beach in between boat work on our 4th day in port. We woke up the next day to an intense fog and decided to hike a nearby hill before heading off to the beach. This hill is just across the street from the boatyard, and we have been looking at it every day that we've been in port. Look at that massive flag in the distance. I wish we had a flag like that in Newport. Let me just digress for a moment and show you how absolutely massive this flag really is. Watch this. I've never seen anything like this. Okay, back to the top of the hill.
So we made it.
We made it.
Well, and where are we exactly?
A hill.
A hill?
I don't know where, but it looks like this hill is right above our boat and goes all the way out. I might past the hills.
We've been looking at this hill every day we've been here. And there's this really nice neighborhood here with beautiful homes at the top. We're kind of in a fog right now. You can see the city goes way, way back. It's really pretty.
We can take this all the way to the next city.
Oh yeah, you want to do that? You want to walk from Ensenada to the next town?
I don't know. Then we have to walk back. Yeah, maybe I should stay and take a time lapse. For like 3 minutes.
We enjoyed the fog rolling over the sprawling city of Ensenada, then continued with our plan to walk to the beach just south of the port.
I made it to a proper beach.
On the walk back to port, we stopped for lunch at a Brazilian steakhouse. They served excellent steaks, but we had a good laugh at the world's worst brownie. We tried the cupcakes thinking there was no way anyone could mess up cupcake icing, but they did. Oh well, it was still really good steak.
Thank you. No, thank you. Yes.
We enjoyed walking along the Malecon to get to and from the boatyard. Each day brought new faces from the cruise ships and merchants trying to make a living off of the tourists. There was no cruise ship in port today, so the boardwalk was quiet.
It was popping yesterday.
I was very interested in this heart sculpture, trying to figure out if it was a preserved heart or an imitation of one. We eventually made it back to Ambrosia and completed a few more odd jobs. At sunset, we pitched the hammock and enjoyed some dark chocolate. Tonight, we would go into town for drinks, since we hadn't seen Ensenada by night. It's rather troublesome to return to the boatyard after working hours, but after arranging our re-entry with the night guard, we set off into the night, and quickly found ourselves at Husong's Cantina, the famed creator of the margarita. After several drinks and lots of mariachi, we were hammered. After racking up a bill of $5, we stumbled off to the Malecon and came across a beautiful light show. As the night came to an end, so did our time off from work. Because of the unexpected condition of the hull, Ambrosia had to stay in Mexico, and that meant that we couldn't go home the way that we had come. We ended up taking 3 buses and a trolley all the way to Irvine, where my colleague Brian picked us up. Brian, if you're watching this, thank you. You're a hero. Hey, thank you for watching episode 2 of our Mexican haul out adventure. If you enjoyed that, consider subscribing to the channel and sharing the video with friends. Stick around for episode 3 when we find our way back to Mexico and sail Ambrosia home. But for now, that's all. Goodbye, my friends.